Hello there YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Right now, I shouldn't be making this video. Regular watchers will remember that in my last update I was preaching how the current state of Common Barn back then was the last variation that it was ever going to have. I was talking about how I was fed up of scenery modelling and was far more interested in my stock modelling. Well, today I'm confessing to being nothing short of a hypocrite. The layout has changed, and it's changed, well, quite drastically, to be honest. Now, first of all, the reasons being, as much as the layout was in a state where I wanted to say it was finished and I was happy to call it completed, I had a few little jobs I wanted to do, but really nothing flowed, nothing went together. The layout was just made up of little corner fillers, using things for the sake of using it, and there was just no flow at all whatsoever to the layout. So that was bugging me. Number two, storage and space is the other problem. Now, I could just take the layout down and just build a load of shelves in its space and that'll give me storage, but I do need somewhere to actually, sit trains and run trains. And this is primarily why the changes are taking place. So beforehand, on the layout here in this middle section, we had like a fake yard. So there was a number of engine sheds on there, fake in the sense that none of the point work was actually real or connected. It was all fake point work, just made up from bits of track. And all that fake point work was hidden with, with scenery. But I wanted that fake yard to sit my locos and sit my rolling stock. Now, again, I also said in the last update that I was far more interested these days in stock modelling rather than scenery modelling, and that still is the case. And that is why I had that fake, that fake yard with just 2 or 3 signs where I could sit things, pose for pictures, and just, admire the work that I'd done. But it wasn't enough, and I thought, right, how can I get even more storage space? I just want more space. So we'll talk about the centre first. So all the fake yard has gone, the little driving test centre that was on there, all the yard buildings, that's all gone. And it used to be run as like a heritage attraction place, where you could come and visit, take a stroll around the yard, etc, etc. Then we introduced the miniature railway, but we're still keeping that, but we're going a different route. So the new theme now, we're going down a route of more like a National Railway Museum exhibition. All right, think of Shildon, places like that. And this is just going to be 6 tracks, 6 sidings, full length sidings, or as long as I can possibly get, where I can just sit ample stock. All right. Now we made a concrete base, which is foam board, just painted grey, and the track isn't laid as of yet. And then we got this Hornby TMD shed. Now I went for this one primarily because it's open at each end and it has massive windows down the sides. Now I do want the ends open, so that stock can sit, peeking out. And I wanted the windows so that you could still see the stock inside. Like I say, it's going to be an exhibition shed, so people need to be able to see in. And this is killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because this is now giving me 6 tracks where I can sit stock, plus it's a new theme for the layout. And I know I said this last time, but this will be the last variation of Common Barn. I really haven't got any interest in changing it again after this. So I'll model this area, blend it all into the scene around it, and that's it, that's done. So everything else will be staying down here, so still gonna have the crossing, double crossing, little crossing over the miniature railway, and then boom, we're into the, whatever we're going to call it, Common Barn Exhibition Museum, I don't know. But yeah, the miniature railway is staying, so it's still going to have a miniature railway running around it. This end we're going to leave as is, so this can be like an out of bounds area, still have staff and work things going on, but the big change is just going to be there in the middle. That's that section over here. So this has changed also. Now again, so here before, this was the worst corner for just having random rubbish. So before we just had a couple of porter cabins, a little workman's grounded coach body, and then up at the back there in that little tunnel we had just like the water sea where we had the old canal barges. And like I said, nothing floored, nothing was connected, it was just dumped. So like I say, we're keeping the crossing, and now we're just going into one big car park. Simple as that. Now there's two reasons again for this. So I'm keeping this garage scene up here. Now I added that garage in the last variation of Common Barn, so I'm keeping that. Now if I'm having a running session, making a video for you guys, obviously with 176 and the car park will have the double O gauge vehicles in. But I am also very, very much into my die-cast modelling, Hot Wheels, etc. And you know, I'm on various pages and things where I take photos and add things on there. So this car park is also going to serve as, you know, a photographic backdrop, and somewhere again just to sit, you know, sit the die-cast modelling things I've done once finished. So we're killing two birds with one stone: die-cast modelling, stock modelling. I just need places to sit him and admire him. They can be out for a little bit, I'll swap them round. That's just how it goes. As you can see, all my shelving these days is just, I mean, probably at the minute my die-cast modelling is overtaking my stock modelling. I am a bit die-cast mad as well. And everywhere you look, trains are slowly, you know, not being taken over, but equally added with die-cast vehicles. So it needed to happen, and yeah, like I said, this is going to be the last variation. So the car park done, it's laid, that's just a thick cardboard, 3D printed retaining fence to go around the back. These are off eBay, really good quality. You got an absolute ton for £6. So that can be the rear. Weather this up, maybe add some markings, blend the scenery in around the edge. Same for here, blend the scenery around the edge. Fit the fencing, finish the shed because it has glazing, transfers and everything. It's quite good. It were only £22 from Hornby, you know, a cheap click together shed, but it's going to do the job absolutely no end. And yeah, like I said, just blend that in as well. The tracks are going to run full length end to end, giving me as much space as possible. And for those who want a theory of, well, how would you get the locos and stock on there, blah blah blah, well, you know what, we can get a low loader in here and it can back into there, go over there, over the miniature railway, and we can load stock in off there, off low loaders. So that's how. All right, but this will be the last. So next time you see it, like I said, this will be done, and this is how we're going to look. Also, just to mention whilst I'm here, this was the Christmas arrival this year. I'm just zooming on there through the post. So we've got a Bachmann Bagley Drury 009 loco. Don't have too many 009 ready to run items. So the missus kind of got me this for Christmas, and wonderful it is too. So we're keeping the miniature railway, enabling the 009 running. But yeah, that's that. So stand from a distance, this is how it's going to look. Two big whopping great big changes, but as you can see, just changes for the changes for the must railing, changes for the need. So yeah, like I say, next time you see it, we'll be finished, it will be done, and that will be the last, the last variation of Common Barn. As always, let me know what you think, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.